Welcome back to Moto Guzzi world, and we are smoking. Well, at least I am. You'll be glad to know that we're going to be getting on with some stuff finally. Just some preliminaries. Anyway, small shout out to someone who is also, he's actually restoring an 850T. So he's bought a lot of parts from my bike. So hi Scott, hope you're watching. While he's putting his together, I'm tearing mine apart. And hopefully along the way we'll be comparing notes, because these are quite complicated motorcycles, as I'm finding out. Yes, I bought a manual and I talked to Scott about it because it's useless, and he said yes. So I bought another one. This one has a wiring diagram for an 850T, but the European model, not the American model. I don't know how different they are, but they're usually different, and it's not a good starting place, is it? We have pegs and pedals, and they are exactly the same ones as we used on the Kawasaki, not the Ducati. So, as you can see, you have to assemble them yourself, and the reason for that is they're a real pain in the ass to do. So the supplier can't be bothered. And I can't be bothered to show you again, because I did in the Kawasaki video. So I've cheated, and here it is. It looks kind of complicated, and of course there's no instructions. So here we go with our usual hit and miss. Right, well that seems to be one set of clobber to go in there and there. I'm guessing these go either side, and this goes through, C-clip goes on, locking nut and other washer thing. Locking washer. Well, I'm figuring that's the basics, or these bits could go the other way around. Let's just check the listing on eBay, see if there was a picture that gives us any kind of clue whatsoever. Well, of course not, but I'm being dim. These are obviously for the fitting to the bolt, so they'll come in handy. We can get rid of them and just try and slot the peg in there. I think I want to flip those around the other way. Don't know why. Right, well I think I'm on the right track. This is a hell of a fiddle, you know. Not progressing well. So I've flattened those out a little bit, and they're as far as they're going to go, right? And they're not lining up. So, we're getting there. I'm going to have to drill these holes out a little bit. Opted to just put the one in the end, because all they do is provide a little bit of tension on the upswing. I mean, you don't need them at all, honestly, but there you go. Cool. Alright, time to put these on. And thankfully I did invest in one of these kits, because these are damn useful, honestly. I'm trying to do it with screwdrivers and God knows what. Anyway, proper C-clip doofers. I hope I've got one narrow enough. See you in a minute. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, definitely worth investing in some of these. So there we go, lightly sprung. And ready to go. Now we just got to fit them. And our semi-matching pedal, yeah. Which should look something like that. And that. Before we do that, I'm going to take the exhaust off. Two reasons. Firstly, it needs a good clean up. Secondly, it's kind of in the way, because we're going to be drilling and cutting the pegs in situ. Yes, I don't want to take them off because there's all that complicated stuff in there. So I'm going to be doing that with them fitted, as it were. And I don't want to be accidentally slicing through the exhaust pipe. See, I've oiled them up in anticipation of aggravation with my favourite penetrating oil. Yes, the oil that creeps. Because exhaust studs can be stubborn. As far as I can tell, all that's holding the exhaust pipes in position right now is those two bolts. either side. And there's a cross pipe there, but yeah, the rest of it, as I remember, bolted onto one of those, that one probably, and so it should all just kind of fall off as soon as we undo those two bolts, which going forward is probably not a great idea, so we might have to work out some kind of exhaust mount further along the frame. What do you think, monkey? Okay. Anyway, let's get on with it. So it took a little bit of jiggling to get it off, but as you can see, I did. If I had been able to easily remove the rear section, then it would have come off a lot easier. But that seems to be stuck solid, so we've WD-40'd that up. And I'm not sure whether to just kind of clean it up and leave it with its patina, or paint it. But I suppose either way, I'm going to have to clean the damn thing. So we'll get on with that, eh? Meanwhile, on the foot peg front, there it is, in place. Now, the issue I knew I was going to have, this is a 10mm bolt on this, and the original is a 12mm bolt. So, of course, even if I really tighten that up a lot, it's still potentially going to wiggle around like that. So, I've got to find a sleeve, I guess, with a 10mm ID and a 12mm OD to slip in there, just to make it a little bit more solid. But yeah, it's gonna look nice. I've noticed I was drilling it at an angle because I want this to fit through at that angle. Unfortunately, the bolt supplied is not quite long enough. The nearest I've got is actually off the MV. Even that's not long enough, so I'm going to have to get another bolt. With the brake pedal, it's going to be a little bit easier. I'm going to remove it down here, that 12mm bolt, and take it off, do it on the bench. Did I say 12mm? Obviously it was a 13. So, that's the general idea. And there we have it. Just got to lock that bit off now. And we all know what that means. Yes, clearly not indestructible, and not very good, honestly. Possibly okay for slicing through blancmange, but yeah, not impressed. several hours later. And that's roughly what it's going to look like. I rather like that. Yeah, very neat. So all we've got to do there now is wait for the right length bolts for the pedal and the 10 to 12 mil sleeve for the actual footrest. Cool. This time around we're going to be delving into the depths of whatever's in there. I've already uncovered the oil evaporation tank. Yeah, nice. I'm going to be dismantling the handlebars and flipping them over just to see what that looks like. Possibly looking and discussing the options of putting a second disc on here. So that's all jolly exciting. As always, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and please comment on anything you think I'm doing that's totally ridiculous, or any ideas that you might have, because I'm always interested to hear. Do give the video the thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so down here. Helps a lot, all that stuff. And of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.